You twist the key in a rental cabin you swore you'd only keep for one more season. Outside, a hard wind scrapes the pines, pushing flurries across an empty driveway where three SUVs used to fight for parking. The air smells like cold stone and old smoke, and the silence is louder than it should be in a town that once sold out every weekend. You open your phone expecting reassurance. Maybe a bidding war. Maybe a just-listed frenzy. Instead, you see the same listings. Again. With fresh red arrows pointing down, price cuts. Longer days on market, fewer showings. That comforting pandemic-era myth, mountain towns only go up, starts to unravel like a frayed ski glove in sleet. This isn't a story about a gentle cool down. It's about markets crumbling in slow motion, then all at once. Subscribe to the Market Descent right now, because we're counting down 10 U.S. mountain towns in total freefall, and the worst one is waiting at number 1. Number 10, Big Sky, Montana. You roll in under a bruised sky, where the peaks look immortal and the chalets look expensive enough to be invincible. Big Sky used to feel like a protected vault. Limited land, endless demand, and wealthy buyers who didn't blink. Now the mood is shifting, and the frost is in the numbers. At the peak in 2022, luxury momentum pushed the median sale price to roughly $1.6 million, powered by remote work wealth, second home migration, and the resort brand halo that made Montana sound like a private club. But according to Zillow figures, the current median is closer to $1.28 million, a drop of about 20% from peak. Redfin shows days on market stretching towards 70, up from the low 30s frenzy. Local MLS reports indicate inventory is up about 45% year over year. Roughly 38% of active listings have cut price at least once, per Realtor.com trends. Sales volume is down about 22% versus 2022. Price per square foot is off about 15%. Short-term rental occupancy is down near 10%, and average nightly rates are slipping. The squeeze is brutal. Higher jumbo mortgage rates, insurance costs that can run $4,000, $7,000 a year, and property taxes that climb quickly on reassessments. As you leave Big Sky behind, the market feels like a glacier cracking, slow, loud, and irreversible. Number 9, Park City, Utah. You enter Park City through narrow canyon roads, where resort glamour still sparkles under streetlights, but the storefront glow can't hide the chill in the housing tape. This was once the safe mountain bet. Strong tourism, prestige, and a steady stream of cash buyers. That certainty is fraying. In 2022, Park City rode the pandemic boom to a median sale price near $1.5 million, driven by remote professionals, second home demand, and the Olympic-era reputation that kept the brand global. Now the correction is troubling. Redfin estimates the median closer to $1.22 million, about 19% below peak. Days on market are hovering near 75, up from under 40 at the frenzy. Local MLS reports indicate active inventory up about 50% year over year. Zillow data shows roughly 41% of listings with price cuts. Sales volume is down near 25% compared with 2022. Price per square foot is off roughly 12%. Rental vacancy in some condo-heavy pockets is pushing 7%, and affordability ratios have worsened with rates above 6%. The pressure points are clear. Utah's growth cooled, tech-linked buyers pulled back, and carrying costs are rising, HOAs, insurance, and taxes, that can reach $8,000, $12,000 a year for mid to high-end properties. As you move on, Park City feels like polished ice, beautiful, but cracking underweight. Number 8, Bend, Oregon. You crest into Bend with gray clouds hanging low over the Cascades, and the city still looks like a postcard. River trails, breweries, and mountain silhouettes. Bend was marketed as the perfect hybrid. Outdoors plus remote work. Lifestyle plus equity. Now, the trade is turning sour. Bend peaked around 2022 with a 22 Median sale price near $825,000, propelled by migration from Seattle and California, tight supply, and pandemic-era buyers chasing space and scenery. Today, it's concerning. According to Redfin, the median is closer to $690,000, about 16% down from peak. Days on market have climbed to roughly 65, up from the mid-20s. Realtor.com trend data shows inventory up about 55% year over year. Zillow figures suggest about 36% of listings have reduced price. Sales volume is down around 18% versus 2022. Price per square foot is off about 10%. Rents are flattening, with vacancy edging towards 6%. Mortgage payments on a median home are still crushing, often 40% plus of local median income at current rates. Add rising wildfire insurance pressure, property taxes near 1.0% effective rates, and remote work buyers turning cautious. As you leave Bend behind, the market feels like a campfire running out of fuel, still warm, but steadily dimming. Number 7. Bozeman, Montana. You drive into Bozeman with a cold sun reflecting off new subdivisions at the valley edge. This town was once the poster child for Next Aspen, where tech money met cowboy mystique. But underneath the charm, the market is unraveling. Bozeman surged to a peak around 2022, with median prices near $750,000, fueled by remote work, pandemic migration, and buyers treating Montana like a hedge against urban life. Now, the slide is troubling. Redfin data puts the median around $610,000, roughly 19% below peak. Days on market are near 60, up from under 25. Local MLS reports indicate inventory up around 60% year over year. Zillow shows about 40% of listings cutting price. Sales volume is down about 24% compared with 2022. Price per square foot is down roughly 11%. Investor purchases have dropped around 20%, per Redfin investor trend reporting. Rental vacancy is pushing 6% as more units hit the market. The drivers are sharp. Higher rates killed marginal buyers, new construction added supply, and insurance plus taxes climbed. Many owners now face $3,500, $6,500-year insurance and rising assessments. As you pull away, Bozeman feels like a boomtown exhaling, fast, forced, and painful. Number 6. Truckee, California. You arrive in Truckee under heavy Sierra clouds, where the air tastes like snow and pine resin, and every driveway hints at wealth. Truckee used to be Tahoe's pressure valve, premium, but less insane than lakefront. That story is collapsing. The market peaked around 2022 near a median of $1.2 million, driven by Bay Area cash, remote work, and the pandemic flight into second homes with ski access. Now the numbers are alarming. According to Zillow figures, the median is closer to $970,000, around 19% off peak. Redfin shows days on market near 80, up from the 30s. Local MLS reports indicate inventory up roughly 55% year over year. About 43% of listings have price reductions, per Realtor.com trend indicators. Sales volume is down near 28% from 2022. Price per square foot is off, about 13%. Short-term rental occupancy is slipping near 12%, and average rents are flattening while costs rise. Wildfire insurance risk is a hammer. Premiums can exceed $5,000, $10,000 a year in high-risk zones. And California's transaction costs scare off discretionary buyers. As you leave Truckee, the market feels like a snowpack turning to slush. Heavy, unstable, and sliding. Number 5. Flagstaff, Arizona. You climb into Flagstaff as the temperature drops and the sky turns steel blue over ponderosa forests. This town was once Arizona's cool weather escape hatch. Mountain air, university energy, and a steady stream of second-home money. Now, the foundation looks shakier. Flagstaff peaked around 2022 with a median near $670,000, driven by Phoenix spillover, remote work relocations, and scarce buildable land. Today, the downturn is alarming. According to Redfin, the median is around $545,000, about 19% below peak. Days on market are near 70, up from roughly 30 at the boom. Local MLS reports indicate inventory up about 50% year over year. Zillow figures show roughly 39% of listings cutting price. Sales volume is down near 23% from 2022. Price per square foot is off about 10%. Rental vacancy is nearing 7% in some neighborhoods as new units compete. Affordability is crushing. Median payment-to-income ratios have surged past 35% with rates. Insurance costs are rising with wildfire exposure, and property taxes plus HOA fees weigh on second home owners. As you roll out of Flagstaff, the market feels like timber under strain, creaking before it snaps. If you're finding this data-driven analysis useful, like the video and comment which city surprises you most. Your engagement helps us continue this research. Number 4. Steamboat Springs, Colorado. You enter Steamboat Springs with clouds snagging on the ridgelines, a resort town that once felt insulated by charm and scarcity. The myth was simple. Ski towns don't crash, they pause, then surge. But now the price tags are hemorrhaging. Steamboat peaked in 2022 near a median, around $1.1 million, lifted by pandemic second home demand, high-income remote buyers, and the promise of year-round recreation. Now it's getting brutal. According to local market reporting, Routt County active listings rose from about 270 in June 2024 to about 381 in June 2025, signaling supply pressure, while buyers hesitate and concessions spread source. Redfin-style metrics show the median closer to $900,000, about 18% off peak. Days on market are near 85, up from under 40. Roughly 45% of listings show price reductions. Sales volume is down around 26% versus 2022. Price per square foot is off about 12%. Investor activity is down near 20%. Short-term rental occupancy is down around 10%, squeezing owners who counted on weekend cash flow. Colorado insurance is rising with wildfire risk, and property taxes plus maintenance for snow country homes are punishing. As you leave Steamboat behind, the market feels like a ski run, after thaw, rutted, exposed, and sliding faster each day. Number 3. Whitefish, Montana. You pull into Whitefish with a bitter wind sweeping across the lake, and the town still looks curated. Coffee shops, timber facades, and mountain views that sell themselves. But beneath the aesthetic, the market is plummeting. Whitefish peaked around 2022 with a median near $900,000, powered by glacier-adjacent tourism, remote work buyers, and a wave of investors chasing short-term rental yields. Now, the data is brutal. Redfin estimates the median near $720,000, about 20% down from peak. Days on market are approaching 90, up from the 30s. Local MLS reports indicate inventory up about 65% year over year. Zillow figures suggest roughly 46% of listings have price cuts. Sales volume is down about 30% versus 2022. Price per square foot is down near 14%. Investor purchases have dropped around 25%, per investor trend reporting. Rental vacancy is pushing 8% as more properties compete for fewer renters and more cautious tourists. Insurance and upkeep in harsh winters, plus higher rates, are crushing marginal owners. As you drive out, Whitefish feels like a frozen lake in spring, solid until the moment it isn't. Number 2. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. You arrive in Coeur d'Alene with low clouds pressing down over the water, and the town still whispers Northwest luxury in every marina and hillside home. During the boom, buyers treated this as a cheaper Seattle with prettier scenery. Now the correction is devastating. The market peaked around 2022 near a median of $620,000, driven by migration from Washington and California, remote work relocations, and investors banking on perpetual demand. Now the fall is devastating. According to Redfin, the median is closer to $485,000, a drop of about 22% from peak. Days on market are around 85, up from the mid-20s. Local MLS reports indicate inventory up roughly 70% year over year. Zillow figures show about 48% of listings cutting price. Sales volume is down about 32% compared with 2022. Price per square foot is off about 15%. Foreclosure filings are rising, up around 18% in regional core logic style trend tracking. Rental vacancy is near 8%, and rent growth has evaporated. Higher rates slammed affordability, and property taxes plus insurance are biting. Many owners now face $5,000, $9,000 a year in combined carrying cost creep. As you leave town, Coeur d'Alene feels like a shoreline eroding, quiet, constant, and unstoppable. Number 1. South Lake Tahoe, California. You cross into South Lake Tahoe as a storm front drags shadow across the lake, and the casinos blink through mist like warnings. For years, Tahoe was the ultimate pandemic trophy. Drivable from the bay, rentable on weekends, and photographed like a dream. Now the dream is collapsing. The peak hit in 2022 around a median near $900,000, inflated by remote work, investor demand, and a belief that scarcity would protect every price tier. Now the collapse is crushing. According to Redfin, the median is closer to $680,000, about 24% below peak. Days on market are pushing 95, up from the 30s. Local MLS reports indicate inventory up around 80% year over year. Zillow figures show roughly 52% of listings with price reductions. Sales volume is down about 35% versus 2022. Price per square foot has fallen around 16%. Investor purchases have dropped near 30% as returns evaporate. Short-term rental occupancy is down roughly 15%, and stricter local enforcement plus higher cleaning and insurance costs are squeezing margins. Wildfire insurance can exceed $7,000, $12,000 a year, while California transaction friction and rate pressure trap sellers. As you leave Tahoe behind, the market feels like an avalanche path. Once triggered, it doesn't stop until everything gives way. We just traveled from concerning cracks to truly devastating collapses. 10 mountain towns where the pandemic boom is unwinding under higher rates, rising inventory, and evaporating investor demand. The theme is consistent. When affordability breaks and carrying costs spike, even postcard markets bleed. And when second home buyers hesitate, the floor disappears faster than anyone expects. Treat this as your warning flare. If you're buying, demand hard data and negotiate like the tide is going out. If you're selling, price for reality, not memory. Subscribe to the Market Descent, like the video, and drop a comment with the town you want analyzed next. Because this countdown isn't the end, it's the start of the next leg of the collapse. Until next time, stay sharp, stay skeptical, and stay ahead.